Ladies and gentlemen, there's lots to go through. We'll go through the Chelsea news blitz first, then we'll do the match preview for the Wolves game. Wow, strap yourself in.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Lots happening from a Chelsea point of view. New technical director, apparently someone new in the medical staff room as well. Lots of things happening. Let's get straight into it without any dilly-dallying. This is what happened earlier today. A tweet from Red Bull Leipzig English, and this is what it says. Christopher Vivell was dismissed from his role as technical director on Thursday due to difference in contrasting views. His duties will be taken over by the existing setup until Max Ibel's tenure as sporting director begins. So this particular individual, Christopher Vivell, has been let go of sporting technical directors. Technical director and sporting director, we'll get to that. What is the difference? I used to think it's just the same thing, just different wording, but apparently there is a difference there. So this particular individual, Christopher Vivell, was dismissed, and guess what happened immediately after? Matt Law tweets out, Christopher Vivell will join Chelsea as technical director after he left Red Bull Leipzig, where he was employed in the same role. Club met with him again this week. So massive news. What does it mean for us, ladies and gentlemen? I had to do some research, and the best person that had the perfect response for all of this was CFC Central. You guys would know him as Sam, who came into the channel not that long ago, where we did a bit of a discussion on a few topics. This is what Sam had to say, and it's to the T. A very interesting quote from Chelsea's new technical director to the Leipziger Volkswagen a few weeks ago. A coach thinks from game to game. A sports director from transfer period to transfer period. A technical director, 3 transfer periods in advance. Like, this is what a technical director does, and we're going to elaborate that a little bit more because CFC Central's got quite a few things to say about this. For him, it's about the club's philosophy, about the kind of football that should be played, not so much about day-to-day business, interviews, and media work. Highly rated squad planner with expertise in USA plus Brazil. One market crucial for your ownership, other for the talent pool. So, one market crucial for ownership, other for the talent pool. Now, furthermore, CFC Central goes to say, from Leipzig's website about Vivell's role at the club as technical director since summer 2020, Christopher Vivell has been responsible for the strategic direction of the squad planning in line with an overarching transfer philosophy. All transfers past, present, and future are made in line with this unified strategy. This includes all recruitment and scouting measures across all age groups and on a global scale, including in Brazil plus USA, New York. Vivell is also responsible for the development and the maintenance of the global Red Bull footballing philosophy. Now, some of you guys still might be saying, what is the true difference? Like, I can understand what the technical director's role is, but what is the difference between technical director and the sporting director? Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. I'll try and explain. So this is CFC Central trying to explain to another fan on Twitter. I'll try and explain what little I know. So a sporting director is essentially the mediator between the manager, Potter, and chairman, Bowley. They're in charge of buying and selling players. According to the manager's philosophy, they handle contract negotiations, and they also watch day-to-day training and serve as an alternate source of communication for players who wish to speak to someone other than the manager. They're basically invested in everything on football side the manager does not do, ensuring that the manager focuses on coaching. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is a sporting director's role as per CFC Central. But it makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. Further goes on to say, a technical director is a role with a large scope. They basically take care of everything at the club and beyond. They will coordinate between different departments, sports science, analytics, medical departments, scouting, etc. They ensure that the club philosophy is adhered to. Further says, and will try to implement that across any new sister clubs that Bowley buys. They will ensure recruitment is uniform across all these clubs, ensure the right players, coaches, staff are found so they can make an easier jump to the main club like what Red Bull Salzburg and Leipzig do. So, look, Bottom line, sporting director, more about just Chelsea, let's just say Chelsea, and they really think about from transfer window to transfer window and really communicate the mediator between Potter and Todd Bowley, and they watch the daily training sessions, see what's going on. Technical director, broader spectrum. It's not just about transfer to transfer. It's about 3 transfers down the line, and it's not just about Chelsea. It's about any other sister clubs, so that it's all uniformed. Everyone's following the same rules and regulation. Everyone's got the same philosophy across all the different clubs. Because no point in getting Chelsea and then another club that Todd Bowley owns, which falls under the Chelsea umbrella, and they're doing something totally different to us, their philosophies. So everything's got to be unified. And I think it includes the academy, the women's team, and everything. So it is a huge role. It is a lot of responsibility. So this particular person, Christopher Vivell, very, very important in the Chelsea spectrum. I like everything that Todd Bowley is doing in regards to try and create a great structure for Chelsea Football Club. Very important to have all of that in play. You've got the owner, you've got the manager, and then you've got the technical director, sporting director, all of them, and they'll go hand in hand with Kyle McCauley, who's the head of recruitment for Chelsea Football Club at the moment, who's been brought by Graham Potter from Brighton. So, look, interesting times. We'll see how it all plans out. We need to fix Chelsea's structure first. We have to. We need to have a solid structure, and then from there in, it needs to all gel. We need to give it time for them to all collaborate together, and hopefully down the track we see the fruits of a club that is run perfectly, a club that is well organized, much like Man City. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about this. This particular appointment from Chelsea. The Red Bull team, this is why I've been saying it recently. There is some connection between Todd Bowley and Red Bull Group. I feel like this is why we're connected with Nkunku and Vardiol and so on and so forth. And down the track, we're probably going to be connected with them a lot more. We could probably see a lot of these players, sort of swapping the same club. Sesko, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Sesko in Chelsea Football Club down the track, couple of seasons down the track. So, interesting time. Here's another news. Chelsea have recruited Freddie Murray on a consultancy basis with a brief to provide advisory services to the club on its medical terms and structures. Remedies staff, a company founded by Murray, have already begun treating the club's players. So already recently you would have seen head of physio, head of medical staff, all have been, left or sacked or whatever the case is. And now we're trying to recruit people and bring new people in. So there's news on that front. And of course we need it, because with all those medical people gone, we need new people in the department and look after our injured players now and in the future. And it's a spot that we probably need to focus, because a lot of our players consistently keeps getting injured, and we need to ensure how to keep them fit in the long run. So interesting news about that. Now, a little bit about the press conference. Let's talk about this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get on this Chelsea versus Wolves match preview. Okay, these are some of the latest things that Graham Potter had to say in the press conference. So let's go through some of them. Graham Potter on Wesley Fofana. Wesley's knee, not as bad as we thought. A few weeks, I think. A possibility to play before World Cup, depending on rehab. Fantastic news. Fantastic news that it's not long term. So maybe 2 to 3 weeks, perhaps. In regards to N'Golo Kante, doing more and more integrations with team, not ready for the weekend, but getting closer and closer. So we can't expect N'Golo Kante to start, ladies and gentlemen. In regards to top 4 race, a long way to go. We have to focus on the next match rather than think about what happens at the end of the season. Focus on the next game. 100%. It's too early to think about the race, but we got to keep getting the wins. We have to keep picking up the wins. This match against Wolves at home at Stamford Bridge, no slip-ups. And then we're going to San Siro, AC Milan away, which I'm feeling confident now, to be honest, off the back of that 3-0 smashing that we gave them. We have to go into that match with a victory. I know Diego Costa, yes, return of Diego Costa at Stamford Bridge. I don't know whether he's going to start. Most likely going to come off the bench. We'll see. But they don't have a manager. They've been absolutely awful. We've got to put them away. We have to put them away with a good performance. I want to have a confident performance moving into the AC Milan fixture. Further on, Potter, in regards to Wolves, a lot of talented players can't control other situation. We expect a tough game, so we have to be ready and positive. 100%. I mean, we'll go through the Wolves lineup, the previous match they had. It's a decent team. I know they've got an injury, by the way. Pedro Neto, he's gone. I think he's probably gone for the rest of the season. He needs a surgery in his ankle. And the story continues for Pedro Neto. I guess we need to stop thinking about Pedro Neto down the track. He's injury prone. Graham Potter, in regards to Diego Costa, we have a lot of respect for what he has achieved. He will come ready to play. Everybody knows at the club how good he's been. He's one of lots of talented players at Wolves that can hurt you, so we have to be ready. Look, we should be able to take care of Diego Costa, but of course, there's going to be some sort of fire in Diego Costa's belly to do well at Stamford Bridge. But it's not the same Diego Costa anymore. Do you know what I mean? So we should be able to take care of him. But his dirty tricks will continue. He will rattle our defenders. So we'll see from that perspective what we do. Graham Potter and Diego Costa's reception at Stamford Bridge. I'm not sure. I hope so. Good reception. Always when players achieve something at the club, you hope so. But that's not for me to decide. I'd be surprised if the Chelsea fan base don't give him a fantastic reception. I mean, Premier League winner, FA Cup winner. This guy has achieved quite a bit at Chelsea Football Club. So you'd think there's a good reception for him. I know it didn't end well with Antonio Kante and all that situation, but it is what it is. We still need to give him a good reception. You always consider the opponents and players we have. Sometimes that can change the way you approach the games. It's always good to have a couple of options. It's an intense period to have some options. It'll be interesting. We'll have a look at what Wolves does, what they've been doing in their past few matches. I think they still play with the three at the back. But with now Bruno Lage gone, sacked, what do? They don't really have a new manager lined up, although I think it may be Julien Lopetegui from Sevilla. I might have butchered that name, but I don't think a particular manager's imprint is going to be in this match. So we'll see what happens. Graham Potter, in regards to Mark Cucurella, fully recovered now. He's had more recovery, so will be involved tomorrow. Yes, need this guy back. And I want to give Thiago Silva, a bit of a break, ladies and gentlemen. Graham Potter, I'm happy with the progress that's been made so far. Fantastic. In regards to Chalobah, really pleased. Epitomizes the group, ready to come in and help. Training levels has been high, so reward of that behavior. I expect him to probably start in this match because no Wesley Fofana, and I want to give Thiago Silva a bit of a break. In regards to Aubameyang's scoring, I don't know whether I've done anything specifically. It's just been working with the whole group and laying the foundations. The better the team functions, the more chances the forward line has to do well and score. I'm hoping Aubameyang continues with his scoring form. Would love to see. I think now back to back, right? Crystal Palace, AC Milan. Hopefully he gets a goal over here. Really continue that vibe, man. Move into that AC Milan fixture with great confidence. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is working really well for the team, and it's nice he's scoring some goals. There's some rumors about how apparently PSG is interested in him if we don't, look to keep him post next summer. I feel like some of these news, man, it's just unnecessary at this moment. I mean, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, he's our player right now. Like, why are we talking about him next summer? Right now, he's doing well. You never know what can happen. He could potentially stay at Chelsea for a little while. So, I don't know, man. This rumors about PSG, this, that, the other. Some of these journalists always try and rattle when Chelsea is looking well. Graham Potter and N'Golo Kante's injury, there's nothing we can do. The injury happened. We have to make sure when he's back for good and strong. It's something we have to deal with. I don't want to take any risk of the welfare of the players. I want to make sure the player is safe, ready to play consistently over a period of time. I love this. No need to rush. Take your time, man. Take your time. So this is what it is. Wesley Fofana obviously injured. Mark Cucurella is back. N'Golo Kante is not ready for this one. Let's have a look at some of the Wolves situation. Lost to West Ham, lost to City. Lucky that was a postponement, but Liverpool at that stage, maybe, who knows, probably might have struggled as well. Won against Southampton. I think that's the only win they've had this season. I believe so. But this is how they set up against West Ham, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a look at the West Ham game. Three at the back. Kilman, Ruben Neves was centre back. That's mad. Jose Sarr, Castro, Semedo. Moutinho, Nunez, Nuri, Podence, Neto, Godes. Like, it's a very good team, man. But I'm just surprised that they've not been doing well. Is Ruben Neves still going to be centre back? I don't know. From the injury point of view, I know Pedro Neto, he's not going to be available, and that's a big blow for them. But that midfield, Nunez, Moutinho, wing backs, Nuri, Semedo, like, that's good. Podence is a good player. Guedes is, there's a lot of hype about him from Valencia days. But then again, they've got, players like, I believe, Jimenez, he could be injured, but yeah, Diego Costa. So look, we got to do our job. We just need to do our job and ensure we put them away. I remember last season, right at the end, we were winning 2-0. I remember Romelu Lukaku's goals as well. I think it was 2 of them. And in an obscene manner, Wolves came back and made it 2-2. And that was, I can't have that. I can't have that. We've got to put this team away. They could potentially play 3 at the back. I don't want to play 3 at the back, though. At home, we should be able to go in the front foot and have another extra attacking body. This is the setup that I'm going with, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get on with it. I'm going with 4-2-3-1. It could potentially be 4-2-2-2. But for me, 4-2-3-1, I don't think we necessarily need another defender at home against Wolves, who are really struggling. We go out there, we impose ourselves and get these 3 points. In goalkeeping position, Kepa. Kepa continues for me, man. He's like, I see no reason for the time being to let Mendy come in. Keep continuing with Kepa. I think his ball-playing ability is something Graham Potter really, really appreciates. So we keep doing that. Give Chilwell a bit of a break. Bring in Cucurella for this particular match. Let Chilwell ease into it. Like, that was a good performance against AC Milan. Let him ease into it, and perhaps we may use Chilwell as a wing-back in the match against AC Milan. Who knows? And Cucurella perhaps goes as LCB, but we'll see what happens there. Maybe Chilwell as a wing-back again. Chilwell most potentially could come off the bench in this particular match. Thiago Silva, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to give him a break, man. Like, he was in the international duties. He played against Crystal Palace, played against AC Milan. Too many games all up for a 38-year-old. We've got to look after him. Definitely need him to be ready for that AC Milan game. Big game in the Champions League, which I'm hoping we can get a victory, if not a draw, but definitely a victory. I'm going with Koulibaly on this side. And I'm going with Chalobah on the right side of the 2CB. So Koulibaly on the LCB position, Chalobah on the RCB position, and I'm going with Reece James as my right back. Lots of praise for Reece James over the past few days. Opposition players like Rafael Leao saying some really, really nice things about him. And few of the rivals, they keep complaining, oh, Reece James not the greatest right back. He's a good wing back. He's not a right back. Cry me a river, man. Like, he's just as good as a right back. So I want to see him play as a right back. In the middle, I'm actually not going to disrupt this. I'm going to continue with Kovacic and Ruben Loftus-Cheek to be very, very disciplined in these 2 particular spots. So I want them to build a chemistry. Let's see what happens. Carry that chemistry to the AC Milan game next week as well, midweek. And these 2 did very well. Jorginho can come off the bench, and N'Golo Kante still not ready. I don't think Chukwuemeka is ready either. He would potentially play in these particular positions. And continue with Kovacic and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Why not? Let's see what they are capable of doing. On the left side, Raheem Sterling. In the middle, now this is between Mason Mount and Conor Gallagher. Do I give Conor Gallagher an opportunity and rest Mason and have him play for that AC Milan game? I'm probably going to do that, because time to give Conor Gallagher an opportunity, man. Like, he scored that goal against Crystal Palace. Let's see what he's capable of doing just behind the striker. I think that is the spot for him. And let's reward that. And if anything, Mason Mount can come off the bench. The only reason I'm doing this is I'm going to start Mason Mount against AC Milan. So a bit of rotation will not go astray. Pulisic on that right side. I'm willing to give this guy an opportunity. A lot of people are worried, what's going on? Pulisic still not starting under Graham Potter. Look, nothing to worry about. At the end of the day, as long as Chelsea keeps picking up 3 points, we need to think about, from a Chelsea perspective, that we have to worry about the club first as opposed to the individual. But in this particular match, I don't know, man. Havertz has not impressed me. Ziyech, I don't see him being in the frame. He could potentially come off the bench, maybe. Let's give Pulisic an opportunity on that right side. See what havoc he can, pose from that right area with Reece James's help as well to overlap. Maybe he can come in and be a part of the front two at times. So Christian Pulisic for me, see what damage he can do up front. Obama blood clot young for sure. He starts for me. Continue on. Hopefully he gets a goal. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my lineup. Kepa, Kukurea, Koulibaly, Chalobah, Reece James, Kovacic, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Sterling, Gallagher, Pulisic, Aubameyang. Let me know what your thoughts are on this lineup. I'm hoping for 2-0 victory. Clean sheet again, 2-0, 3-0 perhaps as well. And I'm very confident moving into this match. We have to stay professional. We have to stay positive. Continue building on that momentum. Very, very important. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what your thoughts are on the lineup, everything about Wolves, everything that we've talked about in regards to the Chelsea News Blitz with sporting director, technical director, and all sorts. How you feel about moving into the match against Wolves. Comment below. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time. See ya.